Welcome back. Time for this week's Capitol Report with Pat McGuigan of CapitolBeatOK.com. Pat, let's talk briefly about the American Indian Cultural Center and Museum on the Oklahoma River. This is an issue that's been cussed and discussed for years, as we both know. This year it finally advanced in the legislature, but still far from a done deal here. Talk about this.
That's right. It is interesting. The observation is always often made by historians and political scientists that Oklahoma governors are constitutionally and institutionally weak. There's some truth to that, and there's reasons in the background for the observation. I have to say that ultimately the governor of Oklahoma, on a pretty big issue, got more or less what she said she wanted a couple of years ago and reiterated again this year. She said at a meeting of the Native American caucus in the state legislature that she wanted a bond to help finish the job, and she just got it. It's another $25 million on top of the money that's already been spent. All told, $54 million plus another 25, but by the time the bonded indebtedness is taken care of, you're talking about state expenditures $90 million or up. So the governor got the outline of what she wanted, and beginning September 1, when the law goes into effect, we'll begin a process, presumably, of transitioning away from the Native American Cultural and Education Authority, a state entity, and towards some kind of a city entity to run the museum and to provide resources back to the state to help fulfill those bonds. It's a big deal, perhaps. Credit should certainly go to Kyle Loveless, the Oklahoma City senator, who remained determined to make something happen, the legislative leaders, in addition to the governor, Bingman and Hickman, for putting together a deal. I guess now Oklahoma City must decide whether or not the additional tax burden, because it will require some payout for the taxpayers, is worth it, and whether in the long run it's the kind of thing that will return on the investment. What's interesting to me is, like a lot of other things, it makes me wonder if the days of robust private philanthropy, like the kind that financed the Cowboy Hall, are over. This could have been done with private, or at least non-state government and local government resources, and it wasn't. And it's kind of a sign of the times. Maybe it'll turn out to be a home run. Time will tell.
All right, we'll be able to talk more about it in the future. Now, Treasurer Ken Miller's monthly review of all state government revenues was released this week. The news was not necessarily good, but there are some silver linings in the views of many economists. Some thoughts on that?
Yeah, just in the little time we have left, I mean, it's no surprise that overall revenues were down. That's the impact of the oil and gas troubles, the oil patch troubles, as we call them. Having said that, there's economists at OCU that are beginning to persuade me that we really are a more diversified economy now. And they're pointing to a number of signs that there is underlying economic growth. Unemployment rate has inched up a little, but only a little. Oklahoma is a stronger economy than a generation or two ago. And that's saving our butts right now in terms of economic activity.
All right, well, you can read more about these and other topics at CapitolBeatOK.com. For Pat McGuigan, I'm Alex Cameron. Have a great day.